What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Let's Talk Sports. Special edition of the program here on this Friday, coming to you live on location from UH football practice at Clarence T.C. Ching Athletic Complex. Kanoa, Leahey, Billy Hall here on ESPN Honolulu. And very stoked. They just wrapped up the Friday practice. Tomorrow will be their third, in fact, game simulation, a scrimmage tomorrow here on this field. And we're being joined by the senior quarterback of the Rainbow Warriors, the incumbent starter, Brayden Schager. Brayden, how you doing, man?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you got a big smile on your face. Like, you sat down and you just look like you are enjoying yourself. Is that the case?
Yes, sir. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be back playing football. It's my favorite time of the year. This is the best time of the year, having fall camp. Just about ready to start games and everything, and it's exciting. I love practicing. I love being around the guys, and it just makes me smile.
If you had to describe yourself and maybe assess your growth as a quarterback, how would you begin to describe that here going into a senior campaign?
Yeah, it's light years ahead of when I started. I got here as kind of a shy and young kid. I was 18 years old. I'm about to turn 22 now, so I've been here for a while, and really just grown up since I've been here, matured, and matured on the field as well. And it's just been amazing, and there's no better place to do it than Hawaii.
Kind of playing on how happy you look. Just to kind of have been through all of this, and look, you're still getting a lot better. You're still growing. You're still, doing all that kind of stuff. But just you've been here a few years now. You're older. You've been through this. You know what to expect. Just how much fun is this now, being at the level that you're at going into this year?
It's so fun. Like I said, it's way ahead of where it's been, and that just excites everybody. That's why I think the coaches are excited. Everybody on the team is, and we're just excited for what this year is going to bring. And like you said, it looks different than it has in years past.
We're talking with Rainbow Warrior quarterback Brayden Schager. A lot was reported on and talked about with regard to members of the receiving corps that are not currently available. And, of course, from a coaching and team perspective, you got to focus on the guys that are right now out there practicing with you and going through some of these rigors here during fall camp. That said, this receiving corps has been described as a very deep unit. How would you describe this wide receiving unit?
Yeah, no, I was talking to Coach Dan about it yesterday, and even he says it's one of the deepest groups he's ever been around in his coaching career, which is just exciting to hear it from somebody like that. And just having all those guys out there is awesome. We got so much depth, and we lost a few guys, but having that much depth and all those guys, I have full faith in them, and we really have about 3 or 4 deep on every position that can play at receiver. So it's pretty awesome.
You mentioned Coach Dan, but just having him here now for the full year and just being around him, learning from him, how much of an asset has he been to you? And just, how much excited are you to be able to kind of just learn the game from him? And how much do you feel like that is going to help you this season?
It's a blessing. I've known him in years past, and he's kind of been around, and we're both from about 5 minutes away from each other in Dallas, so it's kind of crazy. I was at his house this offseason watching film with him, but me and him have a great relationship, and he's totally changed my perspective as well as how I play on the field, and really just simplified the game for me. And it's just a blessing to be with him every day and just learn from him. He's coached some of the best quarterbacks to do it here, and even in the XFL, and a bunch of guys. He's got a great resume, so it's awesome just to be coached by him.
Yeah, the Lone Star State, it factors pretty prevalently here on this team with the guys that are in your orbit. Pofele Ashlock, who was one of your top targets last year, he's a guy who's on the Biletnikoff watch list. You seem to have developed some immediate chemistry with him last season. How have you guys continued to try to work at that?
Yeah, no, we worked all off season. Even him and I threw in Dallas when we were at home. So it's been great to work with him. We had a great connection on and off the field. We were together all the time, and we're really just building that connection going into this year, and we're really excited about what's to come.
Yeah, everyone saw that connection last year and is excited, but from a fan's perspective, all right, so if I'm a fan and I'm talking to you and I'm getting excited to see this team this year and getting excited to see this offense, what would you say, like, if you're going to come out to the first game as you go through camp and you see what this offense is kind of turning into, what should really excite me? What should really get me going about coming out and seeing this offense play?
I think you're going to start to see the run and shoot of the past years. I think you're going to start to see the ball being pushed downfield vertically. We got guys that can run. We got an O-line that's playing the best I've seen them play. It's really exciting. That excites me almost more than anything. Is I love watching those guys block, and even the running backs can get up there, and it's awesome. This Coach Derek has done a great job of getting them going as well. But I think it's just going to be a more complete offense, and I think we're going to be exciting, push the ball vertically, and we're going to throw it. So. It's be fun.
Yeah, we're talking with Brayden Schager, quarterback for the Rainbow Warrior football team. Yeah, I would imagine it excites a quarterback when the offensive line is playing well. I mean, that is your well-being depends on that. But Timmy Chang, who we spoke with in hour number one, your head coach, he said that might be the biggest surprise so far of this fall camp is just how well this offensive line has performed.
No question. Yeah, they've picked up this new protection that we're putting in very well. I've had faith in them all along, but they've really exceeded my expectations so far. I feel very comfortable in the pocket now, and I love all those guys. They're doing a great job of just being leaders as well, and bringing that juice that I think we hadn't had in years past, and they really just bring the energy. I think in the past we've kind of let the defense dictate the energy, but I think the offense is starting to bring a lot more energy this year and kind of pushing the pace and pushing the tempo, which is nice.
We're 3 weeks into camp. Delaware State tomorrow. It'll be 2 weeks till your first game. Tomorrow's scrimmage. Just what kind of a pivotal point in camp do you think tomorrow's scrimmage will be?
It's big, yeah. Third scrimmage, that's when things should really start to click. We're just looking to complete the ball a lot, just get the ball out there, have time to throw, which we will, and just really starting to click on all cylinders and get the ball moving down the field. So I think it's gonna be fun tomorrow.
We're talking with Brayden Schager, quarterback for the Rainbow Warrior football team. You talked about your relationship a bit with Dan Morrison. How would you describe your relationship with your head coach, Timmy Chang? The communication from the sideline is going to be a little bit different this year, and so there might be a little bit more of that kind of interaction. So how would you describe that relationship, and how do you think some of these rule changes and some of the technology that's going to be employed is going to affect that dynamic?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have him in my ear 24/7 now, so I gotta listen to him. No, I'm just kidding. It'll be good to have him in there, and me and him have a good relationship as well. We've been together for 3 years now, and really start to develop familiarity with each other. I'm starting to realize what he's going to call on certain times, and he knows what I like to run, which is great to have out of a play caller. And he understands the game really well and has done a great job of starting to understand what I like and what I don't like. So it's been good just to having him going into year 3, and it's just exciting to have both him and Dan working with me because they've both done it at the highest level.
Yeah, one thing we should mention again that Timmy said when we talked to him is you guys are going to be changing sidelines this year, going across to the other sideline. From a player standpoint, big deal, little deal, no deal?
A little bit. I think my parents are going to be mad because I think they're sitting over there.
That's the big,
Yeah.
I haven't even told my parents yet. Maybe they're listening, but they're going to be on that sideline. We're going to be over there. My mom's not going to like that, but besides that, no, it's just going to be, it's football at the end of the day. You're on the field. It's 11 on 11, 100-yard field, so it's the same thing.
I know you've talked about this, so we don't necessarily have to belabor this point, but it seemed to strike me as something pretty remarkable when you had initially decided to enter the transfer portal in the offseason and then reverse field and returned back to this program. And that seemed to indicate at a time in college sports where there are so many opportunities and there are monetary opportunities that are out there that your affection and affinity for this place seem to shine through. How would you describe your connection now here to this university, to this state, and just why that ended up being the priority for you?
Yeah, no, I think it grew stronger through that. I think people try to divide us through that time, which is understandable. But, I think that we've grown stronger through all of it. And, I had people throwing money at my faces just like a lot of other college quarterbacks out there. Even in spring, people trying to get me to leave, throwing money at my face, throwing a lot. And, it's just something for me that I felt comfortable here. I'm happy with, Coach Dan coming in. I'm really close with Coach Timmy, and I'm really close with all these receivers in this team. And, I was just excited to come back, and, I was excited to get back to work, and that's why I'm so happy here now. Is I love it in Hawaii in general too. I loved this off season; it was amazing, and I just want to be here. And at a certain point, money can't buy happiness. So that's what I thought.
Were there any reservations when you first came out here? You had a different coaching regime at the time. Were you thinking, "Oh, well, this is a bit of a leap of faith going from Texas all the way out to the middle of the Pacific"?
Oh, no question. Yeah, I can't say that I liked it a lot my first semester here, especially different coaching staff. It was tough. It was just weird. But, I'm happy I sticked it out. I think it was God's plan for me to stay here. And, that's been really special to me is just trusting my faith through all of it. And, I'm happy that I stuck it out.
Good stuff, man. Hey, we appreciate you making some time sitting with us and talking story. You still got the smile on your face at the end of the interview, so I think that portends good things to come for you guys. So good luck tomorrow and obviously in the 2 weeks before the opener against Delaware State.
Thanks for having me.
All right, take care. Brayden Schager, quarterback of the Rainbow Warrior football team. We definitely appreciate his time. And, no, we weren't lying. Like, anybody that's sort of sitting around here, they could see. He's
still smiling. He's walking off. He's still smiling. He's laughing.
This is just life now for Brayden Schager, just life. life in the islands as a smiling college football player. Very, very cool to see.